Later, on the You Guys Made Me Inc. podcast.
Yeah, so I started jerking off. This close to climaxing, somebody walks into the bathroom. I was in the stall, though, so I just stopped. I held my dick and everything.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to You Guys Made Me Inc., the #1 Finding Nemo podcast on the internet. My name is Chase, and if you're into hardcore gay porn, these two need no introduction. I got Vaughn and Justin.
Was that what you were so excited to say?
Yeah, it was.
Oh my god.
That was so unexpected.
I'm actually very glad you did not flub that. That was pretty good.
I know.
I wasn't expecting it. That paid off. He told me about it like 3 days ago. He's like, I got something I'm really excited to say on the podcast.
It's really stupid, but I'm really excited to say it.
Nice.
Wait, in this universe, are we a duo? Do we only just bang each other?
Okay.
Or are we
Peeling back the
celebrities?
onion a little bit. The original thing...
No.
That was the original thing I was going to say. But then I thought, I was contemplating it, brainstorming. I was like, well, what if I said, if you guys are into hardcore gay porn, these two need no introduction. They're the #1 duo on Pornhub. But I felt like that was just a little wordy.
Yeah, you felt like it would have been much easier to flub.
Yeah. And I was trying not to flub, so. I'm pretty sure I still flubbed the #1 Finding Nemo podcast on the internet.
I don't think you did.
Nah, you got it all
Oh,
great.
wow.
Yeah, I think you're good.
Impressed.
So, who's giving, who's receiving? In this?
Why are you asking?
I mean, I just want to know. I feel like this is an alternate universe and might as well flesh it out as much as possible.
It's like Endgame.
Yeah. There's definitely an alternate universe out there where you and I actually are like
Gay
a
lovers.
couple.
I don't think so.
Who do you think's giving and receiving?
Neither.
I think I got a fatter
think-
booty,
it's
so I'm
right.
probably
I was
receiving.
going to say, I think Justin's giving for sure.
He's probably more well endowed, and I've got the bigger booty, so it just makes sense.
Okay, I got to tell you guys something. I saw this picture on Twitter, and it was like this Twitter conversation, and a girl said something about shake my head, homie. She said the N-word, but homies be under 6 feet. And someone was like, so is your dad. And then you go to her profile and it says R.I.P. Dad. And it's like, Jesus.
Yeah, you showed me that. I was like, no.
Yeah. It was like,
Some people are just ruthless.
well, she was like making fun of dudes that aren't 6 feet.
I'm
so this
5'6",
so this
and a
dude,
half.
This dude just went straight savage on her.
He went for the throat.
Yeah.
That was pretty intense.
So that's like one of the things I don't understand about women. How they want a guy who's over 6 feet, you know?
But then they're like 3 feet tall.
Well, no, and then like the opposite.
6
If a
feet,
guy
dude.
wants a girl who is,
Under 160 pounds or whatever.
yeah, under 160 pounds, it's like a fucking fat shaming thing. Well, they're tall shaming, but it's like kind of like the same.
Short
thing.
shaming.
Like you can't do anything about your height, but you can do something about your weight.
I could wear lifts. I could wear
Like
3-foot lifts.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing.
I can finally be as tall as Chase if I spend like $600 on shoes.
Should just drink milk as a child.
I drink a lot of milk,
I
okay?
doubt it.
I've got strong bones. I've never broke a bone. Look at these big bones right here, bitch.
Look at these big bones. Yeah, the thing that
This is
I
my
get
penis, by the way. That's what I pulled out to show you.
Yeah, he whipped it out.
Yeah.
#1
It
duo.
was definitely his bicep.
The thing
Of
that's
my
like,
penis.
there's circumstances where I get it, where it's like, let's say you're a girl and you're 6 foot or 6'2". You know, I get it if you're like, I mean, I would want someone that's like the same height as me, at least, you know. But when you fucking 4'11", you're like, I want a guy that's 6 feet tall. You're like, why? So you can look like your dad?
So you can look like you're 3 years old.
So we can like carry you around the grocery store? Like, what are you talking about?
He just puts her in the cart and like pushes her around.
Exactly.
Yeah, some people want too much.
How tall are you?
6'1".
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, I was like, Justin's pretty damn tall.
You guys are garbage.
Shit just happens.
It just happens.
Yeah, you know how much milk I drank as a child?
All
a
of
lot.
All of it.
Gallon a week.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck, dude, I really should have drank more milk.
Yeah.
Because, like, Forrest drinks a lot of milk, too, and he's very tall.
I think it's just genetics, buddy. Your dad's not very tall.
Yeah, your dad's pretty small.
My dad's like 5'6", and my mom's like less than 5 feet. So I think I got the short end of this stick.
My dad's like was 6'1". He's actually like getting shorter now, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
He's
How
like
you age?
Yeah,
to,
and
like,
you
your
you
peak,
get
and then
shorter.
you get shorter when you get old.
Yeah. You're like, what exactly is happening to your skeleton that
But-
can no longer support your freaking meat sack?
my dad's brother, my uncle, is like 6'6", so I wish I was as tall as him.
That's too fucking tall.
I know, I wish.
I'm actually kind of okay with being so short.
I'm okay with what I got, but like,
I've got like easy access to people's nut sacks. I just punch.
well, here's my thing: is like I've lost a lot of weight, and I'm kind of sick of losing weight. So if I was like 6'6" at my weight, I'd look great.
You're sick of losing weight.
I'm sick of losing weight. It's so annoying.
You're sick of like the pursuit of losing weight, or you're sick of actually losing weight?
I'm sick of the pursuit of losing weight.
What did you do? Just change your diet?
Yeah, I just started eating a little better.
Huh.
Lost 90 pounds.
Yeah, Andy has a job that's
Pretty
like
active.
pretty labor intensive. He moves like 300-pound
They're
sacks.
150 pounds.
Damn it. I always go low. I go like 90-pound sacks, and he's like, it's 150, and then I go 300, and it's 150. I guess I should just remember it's 150.
Yeah, probably.
It's like the
probably the
average
moral
human
of the
body,
story.
so...
Is it really?
Yeah.
I'm well above average.
Well, actually, I guess it's not average, especially not for the United States, but I'd say probably worldwide, yeah, 150 is probably average,
Yeah, probably.
but not
Makes
in the United States.
Speaking of
You're
the
a baby
United
at
States,
150 in the United States.
guess what I fucking found out today, guys?
Cheese fries?
No. No, I went to Red Robin
Oh
yesterday.
my God.
I thought about getting there to a cheese fries, and then I remembered, I've already had them before.
Why don't
They're
you just
fucking
retry 'em?
disgusting. Because they're gross.
Twisted
they just
Timber.
have
You
only had 'em
really
once?
bad chili.
Or have you had them twice? What
I've had them twice. I've
But-
had them like 3 times. They have
Maybe you should go
gross
to a
chili
different
each time.
location and try them one more time.
There's like 3 Red Robins. I've been to all of them.
And you tried them at every single one?
Yeah.
You said you had them like twice. So obviously you're lying about something.
I said I've had 2 or 3
at
times.
Shut the fuck up. Listen. You've either had them at every single one of them or you've had them 2 or 3 times. Which one was it, Vaughn?
Also, I said there was 3, and I said 3, so that
No, you
could
said
be
2
both.
or 3. So what is it, 2 or 3? Or you've had them at every single location, Vaughn?
Check the footage.
Definitely not every single
Yeah,
location.
okay. Now, see?
Like on Earth?
No,
I've had like
in
millions
the Boise-
hundreds
in the
of plates
Boise
of chili
area.
cheese fries.
in the Treasure Valley area.
I
you had
haven't
them
been to the one in Nampa and got chili
Okay,
cheese fries.
there you go.
I need to drive all the way out to.
Yep.
I need
I
to
mean,
drive
it's
like
a
30
chain.
minutes to get
Yep.
chili cheese fries.
It's a chain. I can
Yep.
only assume they're pretty similar
Nope.
at every location.
Because every place does something different. Like, have you ever had McDonald's and had like something like a
Some McDonald's fucking suck.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Chase used to work at McDonald's. He was fantastic then. Gone downhill.
Well,
It sucks big sack.
McDonald's, I love the place. Worked there for many years. It's going downhill ever since they started doing that not frozen beef. I don't know what it is, but it's garbage now.
Wasn't that thing always not frozen beef?
No, that's
No, that's Wendy's.
Oh,
when I
the
worked there,
fresh,
it
never
was
frozen?
frozen as shit. I'll
Also,
tell you that
Wendy's
right
has always had bland beef.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
I'm telling you.
Wendy's eats ass.
now. You have to freeze your beef for it to be good.
Has to be freezer burnt. That's part of the taste.
I'm telling you. And now, everyone, it's always been a thing. It's like, oh man, like this meat or this thick meat is so juicy,
Here's a question: If you don't, if you don't freeze your meat, doesn't it spoil easy?
I think that's
yeah.
the idea is that they use it.
It's supposed to be
Or
fresh
they,
meat.
they only order so much so that they're not going to have like too much over,
But they like
They
not
just
freezing it.
they
When
order
Never-
enough to where they can refrigerate
I'll
it.
fucking
and not
tell
never
you.
freeze
frozen.
it.
So what do they do? Like wait.
Well, they
until
put it in
get
the
a
fridge.
shipment, and then they like gut a cow and then like take the brains and the guts and stuff and then blend it and then send it over.
But they put it in the fridge. It's still in the fridge, so
Yeah,
it's good
but
for
I-
it's
that's-
good for probably a few
But
days.
but it only lasts up to 3 days in a fridge. Like okay.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, they probably get it
Yeah.
like every 3 days.
Yeah.
Or they're just
Well,
lying and it's
so they're
actually
waiting
frozen
3
beef.
days,
But it's
until
not,
they make
'cause
a
that tastes
call
very good.
before they kill the cow. Is what you're telling me?
I get what you're saying where they say it's fresh because like that mean like they just killed it very recently. It's probably not fresh.
I
Yeah,
love
then
that
it's
your
spoiled.
reliance on this is that it doesn't taste very good. You're like, it's not
Or they're just-
frozen though because
they're
it
either-
doesn't taste
it's
very
either
good.
spoiled or like fresh, or they're grabbing spoiled meat with the fresh meat and then
Mixing it?
reblending it and then just sending.
Maybe
out,
that's
and
why it
then
tastes
you're
like
wow,
shit.
It tastes like butt cheeks. It tastes half good, half ass.
Well, I'll tell you right
Tastes
now.
like butt cheeks.
I'll tell you right now. When I worked at McDonald's, we froze the shit out of that beef, and it was delicious. Like
was
I'm
very
telling you,
good.
like stacks that are taller than me of frozen beef in the freezer.
So I noticed
It was
that too.
awesome.
Like after that whole no frozen thing, I could not order off the dollar menu anymore. And that was my that was
I'm
my
not
thing.
sure, and I'll
That was
and-
my area.
And I don't know
Yeah.
because I haven't worked there in many years. I'm not sure they're 10-to-1 patties, which is the cheeseburger and the McDoubles and stuff. I'm not sure those are fresh. I assume they are, but I've heard stories that they may not be. But they're bigger patties, like the 4-to-1 that they do in like the quarter pounders and stuff. And like I was saying earlier, people say they love like juicy meat, you know, but it's like it's gross.
I don't. Actually.
It's making
it's
a
gotten
mess.
much greasier.
No, it's not greasier. It's just juicier. It seems like it could
It's
be
like wet.
Yeah, it's wet and it's disgusting.
Yeah, not a fan. But
makes
what
a
I was
huge
gonna
mess.
say is, if you've noticed my cup, I went to KFC.
Did you give me anything?
No.
And I'll
Fuck
tell you,
off.
he goes to KFC. He goes to KFC probably weekly.
I was
Yeah.
thinking about that, but
At
I'm on
least
like
once
a
a
diet
week.
and I can't eat until like it's 12:30.
Oh, at some point we should talk about Endgame and if we have any predictions.
Oh, absolutely. But first, my
You're going with us next week.
an amazing thing happened.
Game?
Yeah.
When is it? You guys?
We're
Okay,
probably
so
going
first of all,
Friday.
you're like,
You
are you
were-
guys going with me the next week? Right? You guys didn't tell me shit.
We
Yeah,
keep
we
talking
for-
to each other and assume and think
We
we're
forget
talking
that we work together, and so when we just talk, we're like, yeah, Justin's gonna get this.
You got like two white people, right?
Oh yeah.
And then I'm the black guy, and I'm the odd one out. I don't work with y'all.
That's the problem right there. It's not the
And
fact that you're
no,
black.
No, y'all are like, yo, that Negro Justice coming with us for sure, right?
Yeah, is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that's exactly what you guys do.
What time do you get off next Friday?
I'm not working next Friday.
Okay, cool. Then we're going to Endgame that night.
Boom.
I got prison to go to.
Sucks to suck. You're going.
Sucks to suck.
Prison's got to hold off.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay,
Yes.
so KFC used to sell their cheese curds in only a regular size. They now have large sizes, and it's awesome.
Is there a small size?
No,
I
just
think their regular
and
was
large.
kind of small.
So like
It was
every
like
every
this
time I
big.
have like the
It was like
KFC
a
cheese
visual
curds-
representation
cheese
on the audio podcast.
curds. You
Really?
said cheese fries?
Cheese
Or
curds.
Cheese
Every time I have the
curds.
cheese curds, I always thought there was so much because I eat so much with my famous bowl, and then there'd just be like a whole fuck ton left. I always had to
Yeah,
give them to Vaughn
there's
to kinda eat
way too much in the large. I ordered it today. It was too much.
I'm gonna tell you
It's
right
way
now.
too
Awesome
much
that
in
they
the
have
sm-
it,
the
but it's
regular
way
In the
size.
world that I live in, too much is really not a
It
sentence.
just doesn't exist. You're like I told you, I'm sick of losing weight.
I'm sick of losing weight. I had 13 slices of pizza yesterday for lunch.
Yeah, that's not a joke. On the regular, when we go and get
Is that
pizza,
like a whole
he
box
eats
and then
like.
one more slice? Or is that like a whole box? Because boxes have
It
like
was
8
it was,
slices.
it was
I'm
Idaho
fairly
Pizza
certain-
Company, so
yeah.
whatever 13 slices is in
So
there.
they
It's
have
more
8
than
sizes
two
in there.
pizzas.
Yeah,
No,
they
I don't
have
think it
8
was
slices.
more
Oh
than
no,
two.
it's not more than two.
It was
Because
like 1 and a half.
traditional pizza is like 8
Yeah,
pieces.
it's like 1
so
and 5/8.
Yeah, it was delicious.
That's fucking crazy.
That's insane.
He eats a lot of pizza.
Look at that math.
I
You
ate a
see
lot
that?
of
That was
food.
pretty accurate too.
It's eights. It's
I'd
Yeah,
love to
no,
get
that-
personal with you
but
real
that was
quick.
Okay, I'm listening.
I mean specifically Chase.
Oh. Why'd you look at me when you said it then?
I don't know. I just happened to be looking. You're
audio,
pretty.
guys.
That's probably
Fuck
why.
off.
Did you just like blow up like a fire hydrant though? I pooped so much. Idaho Pizza Company it's disgusting what it
Why'd
does
you
to my
eat it?
body.
when we got back to
Because
work.
it's delicious. It's delicious. What
Okay,
happens
pause.
to my body is disgusting.
What, pause is Justin. We got to get you over this pause.
Wait, pause.
No,
That's not how
no,
conversation
pause,
works.
Because I'm like, you're stupid. And then I'm just like, wait, you fixed your sentence, so it makes sense.
So I didn't need to pause. You
No,
just
I
waited
said
for me
pause,
to
but-
elaborate.
Yeah.
Resume.
All right.
Oh,
It's like click.
specifically because you said pause.
Yeah, I said pause because someone just shut the fuck
It's
up.
like click.
It's a nicer way of saying it.
So, for being honest, when we were driving back, felt like fucking shit.
Yeah.
And I always do. I don't know why I didn't just have like 4 or 5 slices. Instead, I was like,
13.
I'm gonna get my $8 worth of this buffet, man.
$9 actually.
Yeah.
Because you get that drink.
Guess what I did in my last
Oh wait,
week?
no, it's
I
$8
didn't-
for you
yeah,
because
didn't
I
get
got the salad bar.
I didn't do salad bar.
That's why.
But
Look.
what I did was
Listen.
is after driving, I felt like shit. Got back to
Pause.
work. Pause, Justin. Got back to work. Was dragging the bags and stuff, and I was still like, oh, I kind of feel like shit. And then I just started fucking ripping ass.
Oh yeah, you walked over to me and you're like, I can't stop farting.
Yeah, and then after I don't know 10 minutes of that, I felt like a normal human again. So
I just wanted to say, I'm not in any of these stories, so they're unappealing to me.
But you get to listen to how he pooped.
Yeah.
should we talk about our button idea? Because that would work perfectly for this.
What button ID? See, because that I didn't.
Okay,
See,
so
you guys talk about shit when I'm not here.
I'm wondering,
Expect me
should
to
we-
fucking
well,
know.
this is he talked to me about
should we
it at
peel the
work.
button back or what?
Yeah,
Peel
why
the
not?
button back. It works.
Yeah. So Chase had this idea that we would have a button of disruption that if something just does not appeal to you or you just don't enjoy it, you would click this button, but you can only do it once per podcast.
And
And
only
only one
once.
person can do it.
Once per podcast.
And we pull a topic out of a bowl that we pick topics out of, and we talk about it. That was his idea for this button. That's what I'm gonna go look for a button for.
And it could also be like like
I'd be
something.
the only one hitting the button.
Yeah, you'd be getting bored. You're like clicking the button. We're like, fuck.
It could, and it always takes over. We have to stop the conversation. We can go back to it if
It's
we
Justin's new pause button.
if we really exactly. But the idea behind it is like if it's a boring topic, you know, whatever. If one of us thinks that like we're talking about something, and one of us thinks that like whoever's listening really doesn't want to listen to this or something, you know, you hit the button, it takes over the conversation, and we move on from there. Or something's getting really kind of awkward or something, and then you hit it.
I would hit the button like 6 times so far.
Yeah, we're pretty awkward, so.
It just makes sense. So speaking of awkward, I would like to know, and this is I mean, if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to, but I
Well, we
will
don't have
talk
the button,
about
so
it
you have
easily.
to talk about it.
I want to know what's the weirdest place and
Button.
way you
Button.
masturbated.
But I don't masturbate.
I don't believe you.
We've had this conversation like several times. Like I've been saying I haven't masturbated like ever. And we went to that whole thing in Oregon and we played that Would You Rather game. You remember with those girls? And like one of the
think
questions
so.
was like, never have I ever masturbated. And I was like, that's me. I've never masturbated.
I also
You've
did
never
an entirely
masturbated?
different
Never
game.
masturbated.
Really?
Yeah.
Not even when you're like 13 years old and you just see this fucking Good Housekeeping magazine, you're like,
That was my life. Literally.
Never.
huh.
That's yeah. I
Like,
li-
and like I'm a Scorpio too. So in the life of a Scorpio who's never masturbated, it's like
Oh wait, no, it wasn't Good Housekeeping for me. The first time I ever masturbated was to a Better Homes and Gardens magazine.
Better, you got someone leaning over a garden and you're like,
No, it was just the cover. It was like this lady.
yeah, well, it's like a lady
Yeah.
that's like leaning over gardening and you're like, oh shit.
I think it was just like a lady like standing there, and there was like a garden next
Well,
to
you're
her. It just happened to be there, and it was like the first time I had ever gotten a boner. I was like, "What?"
What is this?
Yeah, and you know what I was also doing? Watching Pokemon Destiny Deoxys. Yeah.
yeah, never had the urge to masturbate. Never masturbated.
Really?
Yeah.
We got to get a lie detector test now. I'm really interested in
Sure.
this.
So the weirdest place thing I was thinking of because
Here's the
have
thing.
you ever masturbated in public, like
No.
outside of your
Don't
house?
look at me when you
really?
say that.
Okay, so
Oh,
I'm
God,
not-
is he about to
Maybe
tell us
look at you.
something?
You're staring at me.
Here's the thing is, I'm going to tell mine because obviously mine's not very interesting. I'm not really like, what are you doing?
I'm not looking at
Oh.
it.
But you're looking at me. You're looking at me.
I'm really traditional with how I go about that, about masturbation.
Like you light the candles and everything.
No. It's like,
He just goes into
it's
the
like-
bathroom. He's like,
Opens his dresser. pulls
it's
out
like,
the
oh,
sock.
it's like I'm in the shower or something.
yeah, I used to masturbate in the shower a lot, but I don't like to stand and masturbate anymore.
Why? Because you all hunch over like you're fucking hunchback
Yeah, you
of
look like
Notre
a
Dame. You're
goblin. Yeah.
You
No.
start drooling out of your mouth, but you can't tell what's drool and what's water because the water's hitting your face. And
So like,
but what I'm saying, I'm very traditional, and it's just like pretty much just the shower.
You also don't
have
have
a
a door in
girlfriend,
your
though.
room anymore.
Yeah,
right?
that,
So
that
You
could
have
be.
fiance. Yeah.
fiance, yeah. But so like, my question was like, why do you still masturbate if you have a fiance?
It's fun.
You get bored, dude.
I sometimes I do it because I feel like it allows me to last longer in sexual situations. So I
Like
do it
you're
as like a
training for the
courtesy
boning
to her.
Olympics?
Yes, exactly. Because I'm like a 3-pump chump otherwise. So I gotta like, yeah.
Like the
I
turtle.
gotta at least make it long enough for her to like feel that I entered, and then
That's
yeah, I'll
it.
be done.
So
So you obviously have a pretty interesting.
Okay, yeah.
Spot?
So yeah, since I said
Okay,
places,
let me
and
ask you a
seemingly I'm
couple
the
questions.
only person who's
Has it
masturbated
ever
in
been
a
at
place.
work?
No, I would
Any
never
place you've
masturbate at
ever
work.
worked?
That's uncomfortable. I'm not
Okay.
gonna do that.
Because
No.
that's always one that you hear
I'm
about.
like
And you're
highly
like, what the
convinced.
fuck?
Remember Riley from
Yeah.
Wahoo's? I'm highly convinced he masturbated.
This is
in the
his second time that we've talked about him on this podcast.
His real name's Devin.
I wouldn't be surprised if he masturbated at work.
bathroom. It's Devin spelled Riley.
But it's pronounced Devin.
No,
I really
so-
hope his last name's not Devin. That'd be really.
Yeah,
I
that'd be
remember
really
the fuck his
uncomfortable. I
last
don't
name
think it
is.
was. So
Don't say it if you know it. Jesus.
yeah, since we're going for places, there's literally only one time that I've ever masturbated outside of my house, like the place I currently resided in, with the exception of at somebody else's house. So I guess I should say outside of my house. I think so, yeah. I'm fairly certain I have masturbated once when I was sleeping over at your house.
Here's the problem, though, is usually sleepovers were at my house.
Yeah.
I mean, we went to your house every once in a while.
We went to my house when we were younger.
Yeah, like really
But
young.
prime masturbation age, yeah, we were
at like my house. So.
That was when I masturbated based on imagination.
Oh, no, I don't know if I could do that anymore.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore. The internet has just really
ruined you. Yeah,
it's ruined everything. I've tried to before because it's like, oh, I want to masturbate, but like somebody's sleeping, you know what I mean? But yeah, I can't.
Isn't that prime time?
No, it's not
sleeping.
because she'll hear the like video. I'm all
Headphones,
about
bro.
audio,
Just
dude.
get up and like go to your
surround sound.
She unlocks the door.
This door?
Do it
in your office.
So I'm
You have a
masturbating in the
TV.
bathroom because like I don't want her to find me, and she
It's like a
unlocks the
stand.
door.
What? Okay.
I'll lock it, and then she does the same thing while I'm taking a dump too. She unlocks the fucking door.
There's a reason it's locked.
Exactly, and we have 2 bathrooms.
Why is she on
Then go in the other bathroom.
I don't know.
Go in the other bathroom.
Like constantly.
She's never gonna listen. So
Yeah.
go in the other bathroom.
You can't unlock that one with a knife. It's fine.
You have a car outside.
Do it in your car.
I'm not gonna go masturbate in my
I'm
car.
saying if you want to feel safe.
That's like just
I'm
asking
just
to
saying
become a
if you wanna
child
feel safe.
predator.
Well,
if it's at night,
You got like
wanna feel safe?
a Walgreens down the road.
Yeah, just masturbate in more public places.
Yeah, that's what people do.
Wait, so where's your public place?
Okay, so when
We've
I
been
was
teasing
a kid,
this for a minute.
my parents drove me. They would take me on these weird trips to different thrift stores. And
no.
yeah, long drives and everything. I'm spacing out, thinking of sexy things. You know what I mean? And yeah,
Really, when I was
had
that
a-
age, I probably had like my Nintendo DS and my.
Yeah, no, I'm
PlayStation
assuming
Portable.
I never had a Game Boy SP. I had the Game Boy Advance, and you can't play those in the car because the light reflects too badly. Yeah, I can't see the screen. I don't have a backlight. So we're driving around thinking of sexy things. Guess what? I've got a boner, but I've had it for so long that it hurts. And this was masturbation out of necessity because my dick hurt. Okay, so we go into this Idaho Youth Ranch. I go into the bathroom. And the worst part of this story is it was not a single person bathroom.
Oh no!
It was an actual, like, it was an available bathroom.
So you're just sitting there grunting.
Yeah,
Did you at
no.
least? Did you at least?
Grunting? Okay, the fact that you don't know how to.
No, listen.
I don't grunt while I masturbate.
The way I imagine you doing anything sexual
Again,
is
hunched
like
over.
the same as Wario. You just.
How many times are we talking about Wario on the podcast?
Quite a few times.
Hunched over and stuff.
I'm more like a donkey.
Okay, so yeah, I
Wait.
pull out my dick. I start masturbating.
Just one note. I do have a bathroom story when I was younger, though. So continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why we're talking about masturbation for so long?
Cause
It's funny.
Yeah, I guess.
It's entertaining.
And apparently you have masturbated, so we would have been talking about it longer, but you suck.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I
bad.
started jerking off this close to climaxing. Somebody walks into the bathroom. I was in the stall though, so I just stopped. I held my dick and everything. I was still there. So, like, he probably saw me through the slit. Pees, washes his hands, leaves. I finish. I walk out. I was fine. We left after that.
Cops showed
luckily.
up.
Yeah. No. But actually, at least I had the courtesy of standing. When I was younger, I went into a Hastings.
Oh,
and I
no.
remember this very vividly. They had a new Sports Illustrated that came out. Sports Illustrated that came out with that. What is that girl that's really, really pretty?
Kate Upton.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Because she's like the Sports Illustrated
Yeah,
girl.
she's like always on Sports Illustrated. So she was on the cover in like a bikini and a fur coat, which just defeats the purpose. Kind of. I don't understand that. Okay. And
It's
I
like
go
going
into
to
the
Greenland.
bathroom because I had to take a fat dump. Because for some reason, every time I went into a Hastings, I had to take a dump. Don't know
It's
why.
just smell.
Yeah, I'm convinced it's something in the air that they pumped into Hastings made me poop.
Makes you stay longer.
It's very possible. So I go into the bathroom to take a dump. Boom. Kid on the ground masturbating with one of those Sports Illustrateds.
Like he was laying down.
No, like he was in the stall. Like he was sitting on the ground masturbating. Which I don't understand why he didn't just sit on the toilet and masturbate. Or stand up.
So
But
you're
yeah.
saying butt cheeks and
Yeah, he was jerking off. I saw his shoes. I look at all the rental video games, see the same shoes walking past me. I've seen that kid like 6 times since. He used to shop at my GameStop all the time. Yeah.
Sports
That one.
Illustrated, I think it was 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah, swimsuit 2013 model.
Yeah, I don't
That was-
understand that.
Because they were in like the Arctic.
oh, 6 years ago.
No, I'm saying I understand the, like, she's wearing a coat because she's in the Arctic, but why is she not wearing more clothes?
Because she's going to swim, dude.
So fucking, you guys watch Key and Peele?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before they stopped airing. You guys remember that the sex detectives?
No, I didn't watch
So
it that much.
it was this one where there was a sex detective and he was going around like investigating shit, right? Like detectives do.
As detectives
Yeah,
do.
and he was like, it was
They
this murder.
detective-
It was a
they-
sexy murder scene, and he was
detect
just all
things.
like, this guy, like he's walking around the house, and he was all like, and if I were this guy, I would have just here. And then he just walks over to the window and he's sitting there beating his meat as another guy's looking at him and the guy beat his meat. He's like, that's your culprit. And I was just like, what the fuck?
So, story of the bathroom when I was younger. I
Was
went
it a
through
masturbation story?
no.
Okay.
I went through phases when I was younger. I really didn't like to dump in public, Not in public. I guess you're not in public, but
Just in public places?
in public places. I didn't like that. And so I went through these phases of not really knowing what to do while dumping. So when I was like, the first phase was just be as quiet as possible,
I still do that.
But then when I got like I don't know, a little bit later, my second phase was, well, what if someone doesn't think I'm here, and like tries to come in? So I'd start singing, or I would like hum Transformers, like, yeah, like transform, like I would hum.
While you're taking a shit.
I specifically remember humming the Transformers like theme song, just so people would know I was there.
Would this
And
become
this was
like
seriously-
a Pavlovian thing where every time you start to
This is when I was like 9 years old.
you take a dump, you like shit yourself?
It's like
So if I went past you and started
reaction.
humming
I'm like, oh, gotta go to the
Transformers, you're just like, I have to go take a shit.
No, but it was just like, it was so, looking back on it now, it's like, it's so weird how you rationalize things as a kid. Like, at first it was like, I don't want people to know I'm here. And then it was like, what if people don't know I'm here and they like try to come in the bathroom, like into my stall, So I would hum. It's just the weirdest shit.
I'm always afraid somebody would come underneath the stall.
Well, that's some
Like
weird shit.
I've seen it happen once. They were like, oh, this is locked. Nobody's in there. And they went underneath. First of all, that's a bathroom floor. That's disgusting. And second of all, why would you go underneath?
I think at that point you just gotta count your losses.
Yeah, I would just shit my pants.
He
I would just
slides
poop in
under-
the
Usually-
urinal.
Oh, hey, Vaughn.
By the way, how often while growing up did you find poop in a urinal? It happened ridiculously
That never once
often.
happened to me.
I
Really?
never use public restrooms.
Oh my god, dude. When I went to school at Meridian Middle, somebody just kept pooping in the urinal.
You got a culprit.
It was fun.
That was the whole
Somebody
thing.
also
That was
peed
also,
in the
like, around that time
soap
frame. It was also
dispensers.
that whole fucking South Park stand shit in the urinal thing. So it makes sense to why people were doing it.
Yeah, people just shitting in urinals, dude.
I can't believe you had a repeat offender.
Yeah,
though. Like it was
consistently
probably
pooped
the
in
same
urinals.
person
I would assume so. It's probably the same person who peed in the
or
soap
group of
dispenser.
friends. Someone peed in. Aren't
Yeah,
they
that's
locked?
fucked up.
Yeah, that
no.
takes a lot.
These ones you could just pull them off.
Oh,
Most of them are.
well,
Meridian
usually there's
Middle,
like a cover
not
over it
that
that's locked,
expensive.
which I guess.
Meridian Middle was also prison. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it was not like a well thought out.
It was a high school before, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the high school, and then they moved it. It's pretty weird.
Like we'll stick the middle schoolers with
Oh,
this
that
garbage.
was the high school.
Yeah,
It was the
Meridian
high
Middle
school,
was.
and then it went to
didn't know
the middle school.
Yeah, it became the high school. Speaking of high school, so I was scrolling through. I don't know why I keep
Wait,
grabbing
pause,
stories
hold on.
from Yahoo.
Pause.
Meridian Middle became the Meridian
No,
High School.
Meridian
No,
High
Meridian
School.
Middle was Meridian High School,
Became
and then
Meridian
they
Mid.
built the new high school, and then that became Meridian High School, and Meridian Middle became the old high
Like
school.
back in 1970s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes more sense. I was like,
That's
Not-
why it's
not
so
anytime.
large.
Yeah, not anytime we were alive.
yeah,
but-
they have like 3 gyms and shit.
And
That's
if
why
it was,
it's so big.
if it was when we were alive, it was like we were like 1.
Yeah, you're pretty young.
ah, I see.
Yeah. So speaking of high school, I found an article on Yahoo News, which I don't know why I keep looking at Yahoo News because they're just kind of the worst writers ever. But it says a high school student cracked egg on his mom's head, then got arrested for domestic battery. So naturally you'd think that this guy got arrested for domestic battery for cracking an egg on his mom's head. That's kind of what the
headline
title
would
says,
want you
right?
to believe.
Yeah.
What happened?
Just makes sense. So it seems like, and I don't know why it goes on this really annoying diatribe about how his mom took his PlayStation away and now he's annoyed at her. I don't know why I needed to know that information.
I've actually heard. There's a YouTube channel I follow called Crime Watch Daily, and they did a story on this kid that shot and killed his mom, shot his dad. It didn't like kill his dad, but shot his dad in an attempt to kill him because he took his Halo. Because he wasn't supposed to have Halo.
Holy shit.
Because his parents
That's
wouldn't.
what happens when you don't discipline your kids.
His parents.
Well, they did discipline their kid and then they got fucking shot.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing. Like that's how happens.
They did it too late.
Beat your kids.
You had to go pick out their own Switch.
But yeah, shot and tried to kill both his parents for it.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So this kid, apparently there's this Facebook egg challenge where you crack an egg on somebody's head. Have you guys heard about this?
I haven't, but it sounds.
You grab the egg and you just smash it on someone's head.
I guess.
It sounds a lot like where you throw cheese at a baby's face.
I don't understand
You
how that
put
was
cheese
a thing.
on a baby's face, not you throw cheese on a baby's face.
All the
Every
ones I've
video
watched,
I've
I've
ever
seen
seen
them
is
throw
somebody
'em.
throwing a piece of cheese at a baby's face.
Oh, white
Yeah.
people.
Or a dog. They throw it at a dog's
I think the person that
face and the dog
started
just
it was
eats
like Hispanic.
What?
I think the first one I ever saw, like 2 or 3 months ago, was a Hispanic lady doing it.
White people.
I don't take it back.
I mean, white people are still crazy, but
So this kid, he cracks an egg on his mom's head. Supposedly, what the mom says is she turned around and smacked him on the back of the head, and he like
For doing
choke
it?
slammed her,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
into a table.
Jesus.
Is supposedly what actually happened, and then he says she smacked him in the back of the head while he was cleaning up the egg, and it startled him, so he stood up and accidentally bumped her into the table. But I'm just annoyed that the headline made it seem like this kid got charged with domestic battery for cracking an egg on somebody's head.
Yeah, it's called clickbait.
That's very much clickbait.
That was clickbait.
It got me to click
Speaking
on it.
of,
Well, I would have
Works.
clicked on it too if it said kid smashes egg on mom's head, then choke slams her into table.
yeah, I probably would have clicked on that faster. A scenario like that, this kind of leads me in. Would you guys ever like put hidden cameras around your house, inside your house?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I would definitely do that.
Because like if a scenario like this happened and they're like, well, who do we believe, you know?
I
And then you have video proof of it.
I mean, I'm a garbage person, so it probably wouldn't end well for me. But I would love to have everything I do recorded.
I don't know about everything I do.
Do you fucking
I like to be safe.
yeah?
But I just read
You'd
something that
definitely
was like,
catch me jerking off and pooping a lot, but I would be fine with
yeah, I
that.
read something that was like, would you put hidden cameras in your house without telling your loved one though?
Fuck yeah.
Is that uncomfortable though? Is that kind of like a breach of privacy? Like if I put a bunch of hidden cameras up in our apartment, which I don't know how I would hide them very well. We don't have that much stuff in our apartment, but
You could hide them in here really easily.
yeah, I've got a lot
Everywhere
of stuff in
else.
here, but everywhere else would be
You have
hard.
posters everywhere, so you can just hide them in the posters. Just hide them in like Medora's eye.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that would be a breach of privacy.
So
I do too, but is
But it
it
wouldn't.
for their
because it's for
Safety, though?
You're doing it more so for their safety, not to fucking
like peeking
see
on
whatever
them?
peek on what they do. And like, I mean, on the off chance that someone's getting fucked in your house and it's not you.
Someone's getting
Even
fucked in your
better.
house. Doesn't that just kind of show that you don't like really trust your spouse though?
No, it's more so like so.
No
if
one
someone
ever
breaks
trusts
into your
their
house-
spouse. That's why relationships are terrible.
The reason I would do it is so like if someone broke into my house and I have cameras everywhere, it's like now I know what they look like, what they took, etc. Versus like, someone broke into my house. Oh
Nope,
no,
nope.
no security.
And then
cameras,
it's like,
nothing.
oh, you do have security cameras on the outside, and it's like, well, all you see is like the back of their hooded head.
Yeah.
It's like you got cameras, like a bunch
Inside
of cameras
your house,
in your
you
house.
get, like everything. I
The
get,
odds
I
are
get
you're
a
gonna
camera in
see
the front
something.
door too. Like you ring the doorbell, boom.
A
Like
ring,
right through the
Boom.
peephole.
like a ring camera.
Yeah, right.
They
through
have
people.
those.
Is anyone else kind of afraid that on the other side of peepholes is a gun like in Saw? Anybody else?
Well, usually I put my hand.
People, that's why. Yeah, I'm kind of terrified.
Yeah,
of
it
that
freaks
too.
me out.
That's
I
why.
don't
I
like
don't
Oh,
have
you're
people.
talking about from the inside.
Yeah, so like
No,
in Saw, he like he goes to open a door and he's like looking through the peephole as he opens it. And then he opens it and it turns out there's a gun rigged to the other side of the peephole, so when he opens the door it blows his head off.
Wait, so
There's
are
also-
you on the outside?
You're on the inside.
So
But you
there's-
can see out.
So-
that's
I mean,
that's the
the way
point of a
people-
in
peephole.
this
The way
scenario,
people-
he
the
was on
people-
the inside of he's inside a house, inside a room, and it was like
The-
him
the
going
way the
out.
people
But
works
either way,
inside-
people's just freak me out.
The way people's work inside is like where there's a code on the inside of or the other side of the door that you need to type in the code to open the door. So you gotta look in through the peephole to get the code and then type in the code and then open the door. So
Okay.
on one of the doors you like look through the peephole and then as soon as you look in the peephole there's a gun on the other side of that peephole. So like when you go to look inside, the gun like pretty much you have like 2 seconds to move before.
Okay.
Also, there was
Because
like
I was like,
movie.
what would be the point of looking out, like into the outside of a peephole? You
yeah,
can't
you
see.
just need a code to type in to enter
Yeah,
the door.
there was also a movie called like Wrong Number or something that was like this really dumb horror movie about this person who was like all these people that were being haunted by wrong call, like missed calls. It's really stupid. But at one point in time, this ghost stabbed somebody in the face through a peephole. Really freaked me out. Peepholes just kind of scared
What's
the
the
shit out of
movie
me.
where it's like a babysitter or something? It's like the call's coming from inside the house. What's that movie?
I don't know. I've heard that so
'Cause
many
I've
times,
seen
and
it,
I
too.
remember that
Oh, I
trailer.
remember that too.
I just can't remember what it's called. It's called like the guest house or something stupid.
Isn't that there's something in my attic?
Maybe.
I don't know. I remember watching it too, and it was a dope ass house. And they were like,
Yeah, it's a really nice house. She's babysitting at like a
a
rich
lawyer's
person's
house, yeah.
or something. Yeah.
yeah, and then she like calls the cops, and somehow they figure out, which is really
You know what I
unrealistic.
typed in on Google?
inside the house.
Well, I
When a
guess maybe
stranger calls. You know
When
what
a
I typed in? You know what I typed in on Google?
what?
The call's coming from inside the house.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You know what other movie really freaked me out? Have you ever seen the movie? I think it was called The Orphan.
Oh,
is that
yeah.
Is it The Orphan or The Omen?
The Orphan, where it was like,
Where
this-
it's like the
devil's
little
son.
girl.
but
Oh,
the
no, I was
little
thinking about- I
girl's
was thinking about
really
the
like
little boy.
30 years old
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, she's actually like 40 years old and she's killed multiple families and
Yeah.
tried to seduce their
The dad.
the dads. Yeah.
The thing that freaked me out the most about that is that orphan girl looks like one of my sisters.
Really?
Yeah,
Who?
Taylor.
I could see it.
Yeah. So you watch it and you're like, oh, this girl's weird, and you're like, oh, it looks like Taylor, and then
That part where she turns off the light and has a black light and it's just like her having painted in some weird ass pastels that for some reason you can't see.
Is it not blood? 'Cause
No,
if you-
it's like it's something. It's like pinks and greens and shit.
no. But
vaginal
you said
fluid.
that's only in black light, right?
It's
you couldn't
not,
see it unless it was black.
Yeah,
light.
you couldn't see it
that's
otherwise.
that's
So it
like
had to
blood,
be some sort
because,
of bodily fluid.
Because blood, yeah.
Well, you could see cum too, but that's what I'm saying. It's like green and pink. So I'm like,
There's, like,
I don't
different
understand
colors.
how you're getting these different colors. Like,
Well-
what exactly did you use?
Probably come in blood. you know.
Cum and
Well,
blood.
What
Just
are
draws
those?
in
What are
your
those
boogers?
sticks that you crack and you can see them?
Yeah, that's kind of what
you
I thought. That
fling
it was
those
gonna be one of
around.
those.
You can obviously see them in the dark, but when you turn the light on, I mean, you can see that. Like if you look,
Yeah,
If
like
you're looking
the
for
glow
it,
stick fluid.
you can see kind of like some fluid. But if you don't look for it, it's just like
Yeah, she turns off the light and it's basically this mosaic she painted of all these families she's murdered.
Well, it could.
So it's like
in
burning
blood.
down houses
Yeah.
and shit.
Because, like, you know, that's why they use bleach to clean up blood.
well, blood.
Yeah.
You can see it.
No, okay. So
Well,
if, I put
if you,
blood
like,
on the wall
s-
and,
and
I
then
clean
you
up
just
the blood
cleaned
and I
it,
just
you could
clean
still
it
see it
without
without-
using
Oh,
bleach.
okay. I
Yeah,
see
you can
what
see.
you-
That's
okay,
what
I
I
could
was
see.
trying
I was like,
Don't you
okay.
watch murder shows?
No.
Like someone gets stabbed.
I
and
mean,
they're
this
like,
is
"Oh,
also
you gotta
just
clean it
based
with
entirely
bleach."
off knowledge of TV. They probably have other shit to track you down.
Bam.
No, I do watch a lot of shows about detectives, but usually it's like
Yeah, the forensic people do that weird thing where they squirt that liquid and then they do a black light and they're like, see, look, it's blood or penis fluid. It's something. It's a fluid.
it's something. It could actually be anything.
They always say it's blood. You're like, how do you know? Come on.
Well, yeah, we never actually covered that in forensics when I was in high school because I took a forensics class.
That was pretty cool that we have like forensics classes.
Yeah.
I never
did
took
not
one.
have that. Oh, that was nice. I should have muted it.
It's the exact opposite of what you're trying to do.
Mute my phone.
Yeah, no, we had a forensics class, and in the forensics class, it was actually really cool. Like they taught us like how do I say this? You break a window, and then other than the obvious which side the window's on, you can tell which side it got broken from, you know? Which is really cool.
I mean, couldn't you just tell by which side the glass shards are in?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like...
Other than that.
I mean...
Oh, okay.
He said that.
Well, I was thinking he was like, okay, it's broken. You assume it's broken from the outside, but yeah.
But I'm saying even if you do break a window from the outside, there's still going to be glass on the outside.
Some glass that fell forward.
Yeah. Or if someone like really tried to fuck you up, you break the glass and you put the glass on the other side, you know. I mean, that's totally unrealistic, but yeah, and then
break it. Look, it's broken from the inside.
And they taught us about like blood splatter and like literally brought in pig's blood and stuff.
And he just flang it.
Yeah.
Nice.
We put tarps up in the room, like the whole room was tarped up, and you just flung blood.
But
that,
you never analyzed semen with black lights?
No,
Seems like it.
But what happened was it was really cool though, because
class.
we did it in groups. Like us three would be in a group, there'd be another group of three, and so we'd get our section of the room, and the group of three would go in. One of the groups of three would go in, and they would like kind of decide where it's from, and they would like splatter some blood, you know. And the other group would have to come in and like, okay, this is where you were. Like after they taught us how to do it, they were like, okay, this is where you were standing when you splattered the blood. And then you can actually, like, from where the blood lands and how it drifts and stuff, you can tell, like, how tall the blood splatter was from. So you'd be like, I mean, it's obviously a rough science. You'd be like, okay, you guys did it. You were crouching when you did it, you know? Or you were standing, or you did it above your head or something. It was really cool.
So, I have a question. And I feel like this will work pretty well since Justin has aptly pointed out like a million times, we got two white guys and a black guy on the podcast. It's very diverse podcast.
I thought we should rename the channel too.
Two white guys and a black guy.
Yeah,
I think
it's
you
really
actually said that
wordy.
initially before we even did it.
it was a good idea.
I mean, our channel's just
You
the
say
name
that's
of the
really
podcast.
wordy.
Yeah.
Well, we can do other things besides the Finding
I
Nemo
guess it is. You
podcast
guys made me
eventually,
Inc.
You know?
The #1 Finding Nemo podcast on the internet. It's kind of long.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
Two
So,
white guys
But
and a black guy.
when we came up with that name, we were literally just like, what's like the dumbest name we can come up with?
yeah, we were
And
playing
that came-
And
Destiny.
mine had the best one.
No, it was Elder Scrolls Online.
No, me and you, we were playing
Oh.
Destiny when we talked about the
Yeah,
podcast
when we
initially.
talked-
Yeah, the name You Guys Made Me Inc. came from when we were playing Elder Scrolls Online. We were in this dungeon where you killed this gigantic...
Squid
it's a
looking thing.
bull netch, is what it is. And our friend Forrest kept saying, You guys made me Inc. And it pissed Morgan off so much because she could hear it through my headset that she left. And it became like this running
meme.
joke. Yeah, so that's why we named this podcast You Guys Made Me Inc. But I think we'd all say that blackface, probably not cool.
Yeah.
Is that a consensus
Yeah,
among all of us?
I think that's a consensus.
That if you have white skin, you probably should
I
not
don't
try
think
to
I
paint
don't
your
think
skin
probably needs to be in the sense that you just
black.
shouldn't.
You just
do it.
shouldn't.
Just
Yeah,
don't do
it's
that.
unnecessary at this point. So
If you want to dress up like your favorite black person,
Do it without the mask.
if you
do
want to
it
dress
without
if
the
you want to
skin
dress
color.
up like Odell Beckham Jr., it's not too hard to just get an Odell Beckham Jr. jersey and put it on.
yeah, that's
You don't
very
have to
true.
go all the way and like color yourself.
So there's a Twitch streamer that apparently
great.
plays
great.
a lot of Apex Legends, and she mainlines
Lifeline,
Yeah, maybe Lifeline.
because I think Lifeline's Australian or something though. But
She might be, yeah. I'm not 100% sure.
I've never
who-
actually
who she
played the game,
mains.
so
But she tried to cosplay. She cosplays Lifeline. That's what it is.
yeah, I
So-
think she's. Yeah, this is Lifeline.
She's black.
You guys know
That's
who
just a
Lifeline is.
normal thing.
If you play Apex.
Yeah,
I've
she's
never
just
played
that
it.
character.
I've just heard of it.
So
her.
this white streamer, I think her name is like Carapuss. Carapups. It's
You think our name is bad?
Karupups. What would you think that is? Carapups? Yeah.
Carapups.
So she wanted to cosplay as Lifeline. So she did like the whole cosplay, everything. She had a saline bag, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, she was temporarily banned because
Can you give me the name again?
Lifeline or Carapups?
Carapups. How do you spell it?
Karupups. Carapups, I guess. I'm not 100% sure. She was temporarily banned.
Oh God, I'm looking at it. It's bad.
Yeah, because she cosplayed as
Let me
Lifeline,
see.
and it's definitely blackface.
I was trying to look. I couldn't find it. I kept finding some other black chick.
It's bad.
Here's the thing: if she didn't do that, you could still know who she is.
Yeah, you could. And also, you have to imagine that while she's putting that on, like, you just put it on your arm first, and you're like, this is a bad idea. This is obviously something that people are not going to be okay with before you get all the way up your body.
Here's the thing, though: is I have seen white girls that do take tanning a little too far and end up looking like that.
Or
Yeah.
They get orange.
Yeah, they like.
Burn.
Well, there are people like on My Strange Addiction who get so addicted to tanning that they kind of look like that, but it's like it's also because they're like baked potato humans now. Their skin is just basically leather. Like if you skin them, it'd probably be the strongest armor in any
Like
video
this.
game.
That's
Yeah,
just
it's
from
pretty
tanning.
bad. It gets pretty bad. Yeah, that I'm fairly certain that's somebody who's like addicted to tanning.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's kind of disgusting.
I work with somebody like that. I walked up to her.
Women seem to think it's attractive.
So like she's super tan, right? And she's also super white. I walked up to her and I was like, "So you like naturally that orange, or you just?"
Well, there's a difference between fake tanning.
No, it wasn't
And
fake.
tan.
Like she tans, but every
She
time
was
she tans, she
orange?
turns orange. Yeah, she turns
Huh.
orange and pink.
Pink.
Yeah.
Really?
Like white people used to.
Yeah,
do.
that's not cool.
So yeah, it sounds like how she was like temporary banned was she was actually streaming her cosplay prep, and she it says after she dyed her hair and dressed to mimic Apex Legends character, she applied a dark foundation to her face that caused Twitch to take the stream down even before she finished her cosplay.
Damn.
So dyeing the hair would have been cool. Would have been fine.
Everything's
just
cool.
dye your hair
Everything's
red.
Everything's cool
That's not
up
bad.
until you start doing the sand. And then
And all you have to do is the hair and like all her gadgets and stuff. We know who you are.
Yeah, it just makes sense.
But oh God, stupidity of some people, man.
It's so
You know
good.
what?
Oh my
Now that
god.
we're talking about this, like we're
This is
talking
when I
about
would hit the
blackface.
button.
How do you guys feel about whiteface?
I don't care.
Here's
like,
the thing: there's a huge difference in like timing.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like blackface was originally created to be like kind of a super fucked up thing.
Kind.
Like it was a way to mimic and make fun of a race versus, I mean, I imagine whiteface is probably the same
Well, I
thing.
mean, Michael
but we
Jackson
also
did
don't give a
whiteface.
fuck.
So like the only reason I asked was because I was thinking about Kratos.
He was white before.
No, Kratos. Who the fuck are you?
He's Greek. He was white
No,
before.
Kratos is black. I hope you know that.
He literally wasn't.
Did you play the first game?
Yes.
So how do you?
He's white.
So what happened to Kratos?
He killed his family on accident, and then their ashes were sealed to his skin. He was not black
Kratos is
before.
black.
This is gonna be a Star Wars episode again.
Let's do this.
You're gonna look dumb. Kratos was not black.
Kratos before ashes.
Yeah. He's tan. He is
Look
not
at
black.
this dark motherfucker. Who in Greek do you know is tan?
Look at your phone right now. It's just a block of text.
That's what I meant.
He's not black.
Okay.
Please zoom in. He is still not
Grab
black.
my phone and keep zooming in. Cause
I don't
know
need
how
to.
you, look,
He's white.
black beard. Okay,
Black
tell me.
beard.
He has brown.
Tell me who from Greek that you know that's tan.
Why is
Greek.
Kratos' son so white then?
Yeah,
he
Atreus.
had a
He's
white woman.
white.
You
Kratos
not
is
mixed
like
it
a-
all and
No,
all.
Kratos is mixed.
Oh,
So Kratos
I don't think
is black. but
Kratos really has
somehow-
a choice to do whiteface or not. It seems like it was kind of just put upon him. I don't know. I really don't care either way. I just know it's insensitive. Probably both. It's probably insensitive both ways, you know. But whatever. I try not to let what other people do affect me.
Why do they list his species as demigod? I don't know why that
Kratos?
kind of bothers me. Yeah.
Cause he is.
No, I understand
'Cause
he
he's
is a
half god,
demigod.
half
I just it annoys me that it lists him as a species is
It
demigod.
is a species.
Is it
'Cause-
really?
yeah. Because like our species would be like, what is it? Human, whatever that fucking word is. Human, whatever the thing. Homunculi, whatever the fuck.
Homunculi.
Something weird and scientific for humans. I can't think of the word.
Fuck, I think
You
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the species would be demi-human.
Yeah, no, it definitely
Or
makes
demigod.
sense. He's a Spartan. What are Spartans like? What is the color of their skin? I'm 100% sure it is not black.
They say he's black because it's T.C. Carson, the guy who used to voice Kratos.
Yeah.
Is black, and I think the current guy who voices Kratos is also black.
The current guy who voices Kratos is really good at it.
Yeah, he's very good. But also, how would that make him black? Just the guy who voices him
Yeah,
is
if you're
black.
voiced by a black guy, you're black.
You're definitely not.
Yeah, you are though.
Are you?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, there are several people who are voiced by women. Does that also make their character a woman?
Yep.
Yeah.
Timmy Turner, woman.
Yep.
All right. That's okay. You want to dig into that one?
Honorary. Okay, so fuck, y'all don't watch black comedy like I do. So
I listen to Bill
why do
Burr.
are you familiar with David Chappelle?
Yeah.
So he had this one comedy.
Oh, you're on David terms with him, not just Dave, huh?
Is this where that button would come in handy?
Yeah.
We've already used it once this podcast, though.
I would have used it like 12 other times.
Well, it has no effect after the first use.
It's
It
not
would just
super
be
effective
me
anymore.
pressing the button so y'all get the message.
Just notifications to our phone.
What was I talking about? David Chappelle had this podcast, or there's not this podcast. It's comedy sketch where he was talking about the colored people draft, you know, and he was just all like, you know, we get this person, that person. Like black people are like the NFL draft, but for like people of color. Like O.J. Simpson is now black, and Michael Jackson.
I'm gonna be honest right now.
O.J.
The NFL
Simpson
draft is pretty much just
the
black
colored people draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much. But he was talking about specifically black people.
Wait,
like,
why
they're,
is
like,
O.J. Simpson not black anymore?
O.J. Simpson did get drafted.
That was
So-
part of the joke.
No, yeah, he was
understand.
considered white, and then the black people drafted him, and then all the white people were super excited.
O.J.?
How is he
Yeah.
considered?
No, he was black, and then the white people drafted him.
And then after that thing happened with the NFL, then he was black again.
Oh, 100%.
What thing happened with the NFL?
When he killed his wife,
That didn't happen with the NFL. He just
No.
murdered his wife.
he got kicked out the NFL, and he murdered his wife, and they dropped him from the NFL. The white people didn't want him anymore, so the black people took him back. It was a huge joke.
So what? He gets like what's it called? Banished.
Yeah,
From the white community.
yeah, because he was considered he was black, but he wasn't seen as black. He was OJ. He's not black. He's OJ.
It's a thing. It really
I
is.
just call you Justin.
No.
I don't call you Black.
No,
Oh, he does. A lot of people do call him Black Justin.
That
though.
is really fucked up, by the way.
it's a thing for black people. Like OJ was his whole thing was I'm not black, I'm OJ.
That was really a
yeah, that
thing.
was
Yeah,
really
no,
a thing.
that was a thing where it
So-
was like the
That
black
sounds
or the
weird.
white people like adopted him almost.
Yeah. So then when he but then after
But
that,
then he killed his
murdering
wife, so it's like-
he was just all like, oh, we don't want him anymore. And then
You
the
have
black
him
people were
back?
like, yeah,
What?
he's black. You know, we'll take him back.
We'll take it back.
Take it
Yeah.
back.
And then that was in that whole joke.
Like it was a courtesy.
Yeah, like it was a
We'll take
courtesy,
it
like-
back.
What were we
He was-
talking about David Chappelle for?
Because it was
That
part of
was his joke.
Yeah, it was part of
Oh.
the NFL whiteface thing, or not the NFL whiteface thing. I don't know why I said NFL, but part of the whiteface. Thing. And he was talking about like Asians were drafting people.
Chappelle had the best white face.
Yeah, he did.
The news anchor.
Yeah, when he did that skit and he
Fuck.
looked like Ron Burgundy. but
Fucking
not.
hilarious. What about the skit when he played the
blind Klansman?
the blind black Klansman? You ever
Yeah.
seen that? It's so
Yeah.
fucking good.
Why are you leaving your wife after 9 years of marriage? Because she's a nigga lover. What?
Oh, God. If you guys haven't watched those, you need to go watch them. They're great.
The Chappelle Show.
The Chappelle Show is the original Key and Peele.
Yeah. I can see that.
When did skit shows start?
SNL's been around
2004.
for a long time.
Well, 2002 was when SNL was like doing all their skits. But 2004, because Dave.
Were they not doing them before? I've never watched Saturday Night Live.
Well, I
The
don't think
only
they
time
started-
I've ever
I don't
watched
think they
they had a
started doing,
creepy
like-
Smeagol.
Well, Chris
and I wasn't
Farley
into it.
would do them all the time.
I don't think they really
Yeah.
started doing them until
So it
Keegan-
wasn't considered
Keegan-
like a skit
Key?
show?
what's his name from Key and Peele? Not Key and Peele. Keenan and Kel.
Keenan and Kel.
Yeah, whenever Keenan took over the show, is when they were like all that.
That's a good question though. What was the first skit show? I feel like they're gonna put SNL just because it's been around for a long time. But
Yeah, when do you think SNL actually started? Saturday Night Live, when do you think it
68.
started? That was interesting. When do you think it started?
I was gonna say like 90s.
It started in 1975.
Oh,
October 11th, 1975 was supposedly the first date of airing for Saturday Night Live.
Were they actually doing skits back then?
I assume
I'm
so.
not
I mean,
sure.
that's what Saturday Night
Well,
Night
that's
Live
what it is now. But like, I used to not watch Saturday Night Live.
I've never
because
once
I don't
watched
think
an
they had
episode.
skits before.
Well, I know Chris Farley used to do skits all the time.
Is an American late night television variety show created by these two people. NBC. Yeah, it says the show's comedy sketches, so it seems like they initially started off with comedy sketches.
Huh.
Okay, then yeah, that was the first sketch show.
I mean, I'm not.
That's where a
I don't
lot
want to
of
say that's
people-
the first sketch show, but that is a sketch.
That's
show
where a
that
lot
started
of
a
people
long time
got
ago.
their start too. Like
Yeah.
a lot of funny freaking people.
I mean that and like National Lampoon, the magazine. A lot of people from SNL were actually part of National Lampoon beforehand.
A lot of them weren't even starring on SNL. They're just writers for SNL, and now they're like big shots. I think is the word.
So I want to kind of taper this off. Start to end the podcast with our nice little Florida man.
The Florida Man report.
If the blackface thing wasn't bad enough,
We would have used so many buttons this episode.
just
even
to
though
be
it only
sure,
works once.
just to be clear, the
I would hate
blackface thing is so much worse than this. By the way,
Oh, okay. I
so
was
much worse.
like-
This is like ending on a light note. So this happened in Toronto, Canada. By the way, so
It's still underneath
Yeah.
the Florida Man report, but
because
it happened in Toronto.
they probably should just live in
Florida Man report is not like a. It's not a place. It's like a state of mind.
It's a state of mind. If you're a crazy person who really just enjoys alligators and like eats people's faces, obviously you
Florida
lived in
man.
Florida. So this guy, Toronto man, fakes 911 call to try to steal a fire truck. Now this is a special
it's
thing.
genius,
Yeah,
honestly.
never would have thought of this.
Did it work?
No.
I would have thought of this because I feel like I've seen it somewhere.
Yeah, a man that called 911 claimed that he was stranded on Scarborough, something weird. That's a really hard name to say. Bluffs, was taken into custody on Friday morning after allegedly trying to steal a fire truck that responded to the scene, police say. So it seems like it definitely did not work.
Oh, yeah.
He
It sounds
called
like the
911
dumbest thing.
saying he was stranded so he could steal a fire truck. I've never actually thought about doing that before, if I'm being honest.
Why the fuck would you think of it? Why would you want a fire truck?
I don't
Here's
know.
the
Why
thing.
did this
Here's-
guy want a fire truck?
Here's the thing. The
It's
reason
cool.
I thought of it is because you do it in Grand Theft Auto.
You just steal a fire truck? I've never driven in a
Oh
fire
my
truck.
God.
in Grand
No,
Theft
like
Auto.
in Grand Theft Auto.
3
if you
tweets down
can't-
it says
oh,
this
wait,
is
never
some
mind, I
Florida shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like in Grand Theft Auto, if you couldn't find a fire truck, you just call in a fire.
You just start a fire so they'd show up and then you steal their truck.
That's happened. But in the more recent Grand Theft Autos, they actually give you the option to call 911.
Really?
Yeah,
That's kind of interesting. I didn't play that much of Grand Theft Auto 5.
I did.
I played like to the torture scene and I was like, alright, this is just getting...
I
this
beat
is
the game and then I
egregious.
played a lot of the online.
I beat the game and I never played it again.
The online was a lot of fun.
The online was a lot of fun. I would only ever shoot people with pistols and it really...
You
Oh
were
my
at a
God.
very big disadvantage doing that.
Scarborough, whatever that is, becoming the new Florida man.
Oh my God, is there another?
It just became it. These are people's tweets based on
Oh.
this. Yeah. Is that it's like becoming the new Florida man thing.
Well, it's again, it's a place for sure, but Florida Man is just
It's just a state of mind.
And usually that state of mind is not in your right mind.
It's just, yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Checks out, do the math.
Yeah, math adds up.
Don't check us on that.
Don't fact check me on that. So, I just realized there was something you wanted to talk about that I never brought up.
No, I was good with ending the podcast.
Really? You don't want to talk about this 13-year-old
Damn,
mom?
Justin's feeling real awkward right now.
No,
I'm liking it.
It's an hour.
Yeah, you don't want to talk about this 13-year-old mom? We can go
We
an
could
hour and
do
a
it.
half.
Yeah.
So what is the story
A&E
behind
family,
this?
right? There's a 13-year-old girl. Started her YouTube channel a couple months ago, like February 19th. I think was her first video. I stalked her. 4 videos,
I stalked her.
32,000
Isn't she 15? You probably should take that one back.
Well, now she's 15. But
Quality control.
she got pregnant at 13, and she was telling her whole story. And basically, like, her story is like,
Fucked up.
she had a
Got
boyfriend.
pregnant at 13.
She had a boyfriend. She saw this really cute boy in class. This really cute boy and her became friends. And then her mom and her would get into fights, so she'd run away to either go to her friend's house or her boyfriend's house. And every time she go to her boyfriend's house, she just fuck him. And then eventually,
13.
yeah, 13,
God
right?
damn.
And then eventually, she like fucked him and got pregnant and was like sick for 2 months.
That happens.
And her mom was like beginning to suspect that she got pregnant.
Well,
'cause
usually,
she
if you
was
get
going
pregnant,
home.
you're sick for 9 months.
Shut the fuck up. Let me finish the story before I.
You have a parasite
Y'all
for 9
are
months.
rude as fuck.
It's funny, man. Comedy, man. Let it
Let me
breathe.
finish my story.
Okay.
Before you're all like,
Well, can we just pause?
bitch. Okay, so 2 months.
Wait,
in,
pause. Resume.
2 months in, she's getting sick. She calls her parent, or she tells her boyfriend that she feels sick. Her mom thinks she's pregnant, so her boyfriend's stepmom decides to go buy her a pregnancy test, gives her the pregnancy test. She's pregnant. She calls her mom, says, "Hey mom, I'm pregnant," and her mom hangs up on her.
What a nice mom.
Great mom.
was
Fantastic parenting right there.
And
Well, I
then-
guess she was obviously a model parent before that.
Yeah.
So,
So now she's 13, or now she's 15 with a 2-month-old, I think.
I don't see how that math adds up. She
Well,
was
because
13,
she got pregnant at
9
13,
months.
so she had the baby out.
and now that baby's
So
2
she's-
months old.
So she got.
She could have
She's
been
15
Shut the
years
fuck
old.
up.
She could have almost been
Look.
14.
So
The math kind of is around.
So yeah, she got
Don't
pregnant
fact
at
check
13
us.
and had the baby at 14, so she turned 15 after the baby was born.
All right.
Duh.
It's like, yeah, there's a lot of overlap. I believe you.
It's like it makes sense to me.
That was her whole story. Was that her mom
Yeah.
hung up on her and she got pregnant at 13?
Yeah, and now she has this YouTube channel. She's talking to everybody about like how it is being a teen mom at 13.
It's
And how
going
she-
back to Teen Mom, like the
Kinda.
MTV.
Yeah, but with her on YouTube. And she's
And they're
just
not
like, I know a
super
lot of
old
people are
porn stars?
commenting about like how I can't support my baby, blah blah blah. And I was like, well, now she has 32,000 subscribers, so that's how she supports her baby.
Maybe she just should wait till she's 18 to become the new Farrah Abraham and do porn. Because that's a thing.
Wait till she's 18,
Yeah.
and that's how she can support her baby.
Yeah.
And she's already used to getting
You
fucked,
gotta do what
and
you
fucked
gotta do.
over.
Well, that's about the end of this podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. You guys can chat with us outside the show over on the You Guys Made Me Twitter. That is YGMMI Podcast on Twitter. You can follow Chase at Hopkins Best. That's HOPKINS Best. Justin at Sedu Justin. That's CEDOUX Justin. And you can follow me at Hive Legion on Twitter. Yeah, that's it for us this week. Guess we'll
Bye.
see you next week. Yeah.
Bye. Have a good time now.